Good afternoon everyone, my name's Hippie Swift and today I'm going to be showing you the cheapest hammock setup possible. I've been searching Amazon, eBay and various websites all over the internet, all over the world to get a full hammock setup, including the bag, knives and tools you need to start a bushcraft shelter or anything like that, or fire sticks for fire making. Everything you can think of for starting bushcraft is in here for under £150. So I'm going to take you through this and see what I got my cousin and other people when they come hammock camping with me. This is a truly budget setup. The hammock itself with built-in mosquito net was only £13 off eBay. Yes, that's right, £13. Right, so this budget hammock setup is going to be set up behind me in between these two trees down my local park. I would like to go a few miles down the road into my local woodland, but the rain, you know, it's just going to be a wet woodland. That's no fun, so dry spell for a couple of hours. I thought I'd show you this video on the budget hammock kit. We're going to be taking a look at the quality and how long these might last and what problems may lie ahead with the construction of the items themselves, as well as their long-term use. So yeah, let's set this up and I'll show you what it looks like. Right, so here is the hammock. It's kind of like a Hennessy hammock, which are famous from America. This is £13 off eBay. These strap webbing straps, whatever you want to call them, they haven't got individual loops, it's just 1 inch end, so I've just tied it off. To attach, they just whoopee sling around and tighten up nice and tight like that. The carabiner is a £2,500 test carabiner clip with a small 1 inch end and a 1.5 inch flat end. They're quite nice little clips. I really like these. Go straight to a material loop here, which is heavy duty nylon. As you can see, the mosquito net's not suspended, it's just a simple stretch method right the way along. These guide ropes here, these are just a bit of bungee cord. I put the bungee on. They come with straight paracord, but I put a little bit of shot cord on it, just 2-3mm shot cord, just to take the edge off when I'm getting in and out. But I can see a little bit of wear and tear that will happen in a few weeks, no doubt, and them rattly zips, that is too rattly for me. On the outside is a nice big pocket. This is actually what it packs up nice and snugly into. On the inside you can see there's no hooks or anything this end. Over across the adjacent side you can see a large pouch which will hold phone, wallet, keys, that sort of thing, along with a little elasticated bungee hook there, which you could use for your head torch lamp, that type of thing. So moving up the top of the hammock, you can see a fluorescent green, nice polyester loop there, nice and strong loop. That's brilliant for just hooking anything on, like your keys or wallet or something, out of the way, or so you can reach it quickly in your hammock. You know where everything is then. And at this end of the hammock you have a very similar single strap webbing which leads straight onto the tree, so you can cinch that down nice and tightly and your hammock won't stretch out in the night. Right, so that's the £13 hammock setup. In dollars it's about $20, something like that. I'm about to set the big old basher up tarp. It's 2.5 by 2.5 metre diamond pattern tarp, so it's supposed to go tip to tip with 2 triangles down each side. Right, so I'm going to set the tarp above this now. It's only a cheap eBay job at about £23-26, something like that. May have been dollars I paid, so even cheaper. I'm going to set that up now and show you what it looks like. Right, so there you have it. That's with the tarp on the top as well. Everything's well under and out of the way from the wind and rain. You can see the mosquito net inside doesn't touch the top at all. And these 2 little strings with a paracord, bungee cord on it, shot cord, whatever. They actually do a pretty good job of keeping it nice and neat and tidy. Obviously you won't be able to walk through here, but you could always undo the shot cord and just have it hanging like a normal hammock. But just for the sake of showing the capabilities and what it's meant to do, there you go. There's a little bit of fraying here which I might consider burning off with my lighter, but I'm not too sure what material this is exactly. It feels kind of strange but silky and rough at the same time. It's really weird. Right, so as for the tarp, it's a nice thick material with ripstop in it. Very nicely seamed, double stitched on the seam. This tarp is actually meant to go in this diamond configuration. You can see it's bowed in slightly on the edges. On the corners you have one big strap point each, along with two in the middle, one every metre or so. Along the top ridge line you can have a nice, as I say, a ridge line going all the way down the tarp if you don't want to simply thread it through the end ones like this and stretch out the material. Isn't actually that bad, it's fairly well made to be fair for the money I paid. And also there's a little strap here, not quite sure where that's supposed to tie to, or maybe that's to tie it back if you have it back over itself type thing. But yeah, that's a nice little tarp. Time to take you through all the other gear now. Right, so you can see the hammock and the tarp behind us. They actually work fairly well together, don't they? They do look quite good, and for £37–38 here in the United Kingdom. Fingers crossed it'll last 2 or 3 months with family and friends camping. Let's move on to the other things in these bags that I picked up, all by the way for under £150. I think the total was £136 something. So let's move on. One thing you mustn't forget is your first aid kit. Very, very cheap. This is just a cheap first aid kit from Summit. I've got some sterile water in there, some flexi dressing, a torch, scissors, plasters, bandages, whatever, a few hay fever tablets, cocodamol, paracetamol, you know, the usual jazz. That's very nice and handy to have, especially if you've got woodworking tools and knives like I have today. That's nice and handy. I mentioned a minute ago the tarp itself off eBay was £26 to £27, which is relatively cheap. It's a good little tarp really. This is my sleeping mat. This is a Caramel Travel Light 2. This is rated down to plus 10 degrees Celsius. So this is a one season bag primarily. This is good just to chuck in your hammock, just as a quick get up and go setup. But to be honest, for a one man sleeping bag in a hammock, you're out of the wind with a big tarp next to you. And once the wind's off you, of course, you can sleep quite comfortably in a one season bag. The only thing left now in here is just a couple of these little ground sheets. They're only £1, so I'll keep a few of them in here, nice and safe and dry out of the way. And I know where they are, in a nice little separate pocket at the back. They're nice and handy. As for the front pouch, what's in here? I have a few tools and bits. Under Armour gloves, nice fake suede and fake leather gloves so they don't wear out too quickly. It's always a good idea to give a novice bushcrafter or outdoor enthusiast a good set of gloves like these so they don't cut themselves on any bushcraft tools like knives, saws and that type of thing. They're very nice and handy for anyone who's inexperienced or experienced if it's winter. Bit of a luxury item here. Nice little light bulb. That was just in there because, you know, I had to feel like budget up with something. It's only £1.50 off eBay. I got 2 of them, one for me and one for who this bag's going for. Next out of the bag we have some of the main items here. Fire starter. This one's a Primus fire starter. It's very, very old now. I'm surprised it even works. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but I'm surprised it does anyway. Out next is actually the tools themselves. First off is a Mora knife. This is a limited edition 2019 Mora knife. Very nice green, you can see that nice and well. And I really like, for novice users again, in conjunction with the gloves, it's got a nice little bar there, so you're not accidentally sliding your fingers into the blade or anything. So for a £5, you can't really go wrong with a Mora knife. Next out we have a Opinel number 8. These are actually illegal to carry on the streets in the United Kingdom now because they feature this very safe and handy lock. As soon as you take the lock off that, it's completely legal now, as long as it isn't over 4 1/4 inches long. This is a carbon steel blade, so it's very, very worn out and dull now, but I'll give that a good sharpen before I give them a bag full of goodies, and that'll be a nice food preparation knife or something like that. Out next, everyone knows this is a Laplander, Bacco Laplander rather. It's a very nice handy pocket saw, and unlike any of the silky or other samurai saws type thing, they're not a brittle blade, so they'll bend rather than snap, so you can easily bend them back if you ever get impatient and somehow bend your saw while sawing. They're very nice and handy and highly rated by many outdoor enthusiasts and professional bushcrafters. A few things left. Next up, this is a personal gift from me to them. These are an Olight M2R Warrior torch. Very nice bright light. You can't really beat a Warrior torch. These are really nice and handy, USB chargeable, and yeah, highly recommended for £55. This was an extra gift from me to them. Last things out of the bags, a couple of Wild Camping International sporks. These are mini ones. I will get around to finding out a set of larger sporks for them to take up with them on their travels wherever they go, all over the world by the sounds of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack all of these things back in my bag and go home before it rains. Right, so the final thing I'd like to mention is Viper Tactical 24-hour bag. This is a response pack, I think they call it. There's about 27 litres of capacity in this. You've got multiple clips all over, so you can clip whatnot to it, whatever you want, wherever you want it. Very nice little bags, very heavy duty. They're only £18 off eBay. I got it for £13 because eBay gave me £5 off. Thank you eBay, thank you very much. This is going to a good home. All of this cost under £137 I think it was. Altogether the total cost, if you bought everything full price, so for a full up hammock setup, you can't really go wrong. However, I would change the hammock for a good one if you can. £13 is a bit cheap, and you do get what you pay for. My top tip is buy what you think is going to work for you. It's very hard to go out into a shop and see loads of different new products on the market because you don't really know what's going to work for you personally. I like a touring bike, I like a small rucksack with other things on my bike. Someone else might like a big 60 or 70 litre Bergen. They can fit more stuff in, like a top quilt and an under quilt for your hammocks, with a bigger hammock if you choose, a big canvas one if you like. The moral of the story here is simply to find out what works and what doesn't work by trying to borrow other people's equipment or getting it second hand, or like this setup for under £150. You know, you can get a MSR Titan pot cook set as well to go with this, or you know, even a little Bunsen burner type thing, methylated spirit burner, add to this pack. The sky's the limit to what you want to do really. So yeah, it's a nice little bag. As I say, I got £13, normally just under £20 off eBay. Go check it out. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up on your way down to the comment box. When you get to the comment box, please tell me what bit of gear you like best out of this episode. If you like these videos and want to see more, please click down that side of the page. Till next time, stay safe and I hope you find peace outside.